guys, this is Cat Smiles. How are you guys doing today? Well, this is going to be my attempt too on the whole wheat cold porcelain. Like I said, I'm not even sure if we should be calling it a cold porcelain or not, but do remember that it's made with the whole wheat glue. So yeah, I'm going to open up that for you. I haven't opened it up since the last video. Today is the 2nd of the new year. So as you can see, I made it almost a month ago, and it is still really good, and it's going to be nice and yucky. Very cool with kids because, yeah, it's nice and yucky, but you don't have to worry about anything. We are also going to be doing 2 separate attempts tonight to fix the overcooked cold porcelain. And one of them is going to be with the acrylic paint, and this one is called Fire Engine Red. I'm telling you guys, that does not look like a fire engine to me, but I haven't opened it yet either, so maybe. We are also going to use for the other one and keeping it non-toxic. I know this is probably non-toxic as well, but if you always want to go on the safe side, this is just plain food coloring. I would have done red, but that one is still missing. Maybe never showed up. I have no clue. We are also going to be using the hand lotion and most likely probably a little bit more of the cornstarch. And of course, because I have teeny hands, I'm going to be using these for my gloves. And for armatures, we're just using basically anything I have. Oops, sorry, that wasn't supposed to happen. And it's going to be fun. Well, I asked you guys what to make and didn't really give you too much of a time period. So the only one to answer was Old Bob, and he said, why not make a dog? Okay, so I'm going to make 2 dogs out of about 2 ounces of the cold porcelain. But do remember Mr. Gorgon here, and I know I'm not saying that correctly, but I'm doing that on purpose because that's just what his name ended up to be. Will not go down in vain. We will get him right. We will make him one day, and it will be glorious. You don't fail if you learn something, right? So guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to figure out how to make a dog out of all of this glorious fun items. But first off, let's see if I can actually have you guys listen to this. So, did you hear that pop? Oh, if you guys could just smell that, it's just, oh, look at that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a good stir because as you can see, it is settling at the bottom. And I'll see you guys in the next clip. So welcome back, guys. So basically what I did was just stirred up the glue, made everything just a little bit more accessible to get a hold of when I start making this. I'm just starting with about 4 ounces of the clay. And like I said, this was most likely overcooked, so I'm going to try and save it. So wishful thinking tonight, guys. Wishful thinking. But we'll try to get these puppies done. The reason I am mixing them together is I want them to have the same consistency. I want to know that the same mixture of the glue or the starch or whatever goes into, say, both of the clays equally to about the same as the pigmentations that I'm using. So yeah. But most likely I'm just going to keep balling this up, adding more glue until it gets to that consistency you actually want it to be. You know, that very smooth, like I said, it's frozen yogurt. You know, I don't know if you guys ever had them, but I had them when I was a kid, but you just get them and it has like this beautiful kind of creamy, you'll see it later, I hope. So I'm just going to work this up into this. I'm going to turn on some music, and I hope you guys enjoy what I pick on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next clip. So guys, I have added the glue, I have added starch, I've added corn starch, or corn flour, depending on where you're located. I've added water, and basically I've got it somewhat to the consistency that I seen in the video of Nerdy Crafter. Uh, Wonderful, wonderful site. If you guys love doing this, definitely check that out. Her site is really cool, and she makes some really cute figures. Um, so yeah, do remember we are going to be adding the pigments to it, so it will get a little bit more watery. I am worried about how the water in this, because you will be getting a lot more liquid in this compared to something like this. So I'm going to have to, might play around with that. I have been kneading this just a little bit longer. I did let it sit for about as long as it took me to clean up the mess. So yeah. And the smell's not actually bad. It's really not, compared to the first batch. That was really gross. So alright. I don't know. Cats and balls, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cut this in about half. And yeah, we'll just go ahead. Yeah, so about two. Like I said, this is a 2-ounce little cupper. So we'll go ahead and start with the blue. And I am not sure how I'm going to do this. If I'm going to do with gloves or without gloves, because I really don't want to mix these. I mean, I don't mind purple. I like purple. Don't get me wrong. But if you're trying to do an experiment, you really don't want that. Alright, so we're going to start with the food coloring. So at this point, no additives, nothing other than water, sugar. I mean, basically everything you've seen me put in this is what has been in this. So if your kid has any allergies, you have any allergies, what, you know everything. Now watch me get this all over the place, because I'm clumsy. What I'm going to do is try this out, because I really don't want too many. If I'm going to make a dog and it's going to be blue, it's going to be a dark blue. Even though light blue's pretty too. And because we have little ones flying around, close that. I'm just going ahead and, if you see that, I'm just tipping that over so no air gets into it, because this is air drying clay. So, see, teeny hands, girl. Put some gloves on. Woohoo! Now I don't want to get it on here. That's my goal. It's not on my thing. I can't do this without gloves. Look at the blue. It's hard to figure out what side was which now. So if I get it on myself, then I have it inside out. It doesn't matter. I already have it on my hands. That's fine. If I get purple, that's okay. We should just know better, right? I don't know how to keep my hands clean. for some reason the camera shut off. So far this is about what we have. It's